Shalom, shalom. Giving honor and praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Shai. Coming to you on another Wednesday class. The name of the class is called The Potter and the Clay. It's a tough subject. It's giving praise to the Most High, man, when we supposed to give praise to the Most High. Sometimes we really say we give praise to the Most High, but in actuality, we really don't. It be really in words, but not in deeds. And then we're gonna get straight to it, man. First precept we're gonna go to is Sirach chapter 33, man. Gonna get to it. When I say we worship the Most High really in words, but in deeds we don't do it. Sirach chapter 33, we're going to start at verse 10.
Book of Sirach chapter 33, verse 10. And all men are from the ground.
Read.
And Adam was created of earth.
Because we know all men are created from the ground, because we know we read that. Matter of fact, we might well go and precept it out. Genesis 3:19. Because we know all men are created from the ground, and Adam was created from the earth. When you get there, read that.
Book of Genesis chapter 3, verse 19. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return to the ground.
Till we return into the ground. Read on.
For out of it wast thou taken. For dust thou art. And unto dust shalt thou return.
So when the Most High said, guess what? We ain't nothing but dust. From dust we brought up, from dust we will go back. There's only one way here and there's one way out of there. Let's get another precept. Acts 17. Just like even going with the blood. We all got one blood. We bleed. But the Most High God still got one chosen people that he deal with. Acts 17:25.
Book of Acts chapter 17, verse 25. Neither is worship with men's hands, as though he needed anything.
This is talking about God don't dwell in temples made with men's hands. He said, neither worship with men's hands, though he needed, like the Most High God needed anything, man. Read.
Seeing he giveth to all life and breath and all things.
Because he give life and breath in all things. Read on.
And hath made of one blood all nations of men.
And he made of one blood of all nations of men, man. Read.
For to dwell on all the face of the earth. And hath determined the times before appointed. And the bounds of their habitation.
And the bounds of their habitation. Because we're going to tap into that, because Sirach chapter 33 taps into giving basically like a breakdown of going into history. So let's go back to Sirach chapter 33. Start at verse 10 again.
Sirach chapter 33, verse 10. And all men are from the ground.
He said all men are from the ground, man. Read on.
And Adam was created of earth.
Read.
In much knowledge the Lord had divided them.
He said, but in much knowledge have the Lord divided them. Read.
And made their ways diverse.
And made all our ways diverse. Let's go see what that means. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 32. Just kind of get a couple precepts to tap into what we're finna get ready and go into. Deuteronomy. I know brothers should have these things right here highlighted in they scriptures, man. Deuteronomy chapter 32 should be highlighted in your Bible. Some of them should have precepts beside it. Because in Sirach chapter 33 and 11, it said, in much knowledge the Lord had divided them and made their ways diverse. How did he do that? Let's go get it. And read that out. And 8. Go to 8.
Deuteronomy 32 and 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
Read.
When he separated the sons of Adam. He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Read on.
For the Lord's portion is his people.
But the Lord's portion is his people, man. Read.
Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
And Jacob is the lot of his inheritance, man. So get another precept. Go precept upon precept, man. Sirach chapter 17, man. To give us more understanding of what this is going into. Precept upon precept. When you get there, let's read it.
Sirach 17 and 17. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people.
Read that again,
For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people.
So in the divisions of the whole earth, the Lord set the rulers over the people, man. Read on.
But Israel is the Lord's portion.
But who are?
But Israel is the Lord's portion.
But out of all the nations of the world, Israel is the Lord's portion, man. After when the Lord was dividing the world, the Lord made sure that, now I'm going to leave this. This is for my people. That's the Lord's portion.
Let me get another precept right quick.
Go ahead, Doc.
Just like Ak is going into, and basically these things is going into the Most High God giving Israel the best of everything. Like we say, he gave us the best and gave all the other nations the leftovers. Give me a 2nd Esdras chapter 5 and verse 18, verse 24, Salaki. But like I said, these things just going over, we got the best and all the other nations, they got the leftovers. We'll get there and read that up. 2nd Esdras chapter 5, verse 24.
2nd Esdras chapter 5, verse 24. And of all lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit.
That one pit is going into the land that he has chosen. That one pit is what? What is it? Jerusalem, exactly. You know, that's the best land, Israel. And like we say, he gave everybody else everything else. Read on up.
And of all the flowers thereof, one lily.
So we know, and like we say, how I got this title in my book is God's favor. You know, so one of the lands, one of the best lands is Israel, or the land of Jerusalem. Go ahead, Al.
Let's go get some more understanding on it. Let's go to Psalm chapter 33. In verse 12, like Ak saying, this is another precept that lines up with this, man. Psalm chapter 33 and verse 12. Because the Lord's inheritance, he had always blessed, because this is why we are the chosen nation of people.
Psalms chapter 33, verse 12. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord.
So blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, because we know we got the one true living God. Read on.
And the people whom he has chosen for his own inheritance.
For his own. This is the Most High's own inheritance. We are his own inheritance. That's why when you can go back to Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6, and it means so heavy. Because we are the Most High's own inheritance. That's why he can say the other nations are as nothing. Because he loved us, man. And he continued to love us. That's why we are as an inheritance, man. Let's go back to Sirach chapter 33 right quick. And we know we got the one true living God. Let's see if I can find that right quick. I want to bring this. No, I didn't bring it. But yeah, let's go back to Sirach chapter 33 and start at where we at, verse 11, 12. Verse 12.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
Sirach chapter 33, verse 12. Some of them had he blessed and exalted.
Because some of them had he blessed and exalted. Because our forefather Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, guess what? Some nations are blessed, but guess what? The promises come to us, and he exalted them. Read on.
And some of them had he sanctified and set near himself.
So guess who was that going into?
Israel.
Israel. Read on.
But some of them had he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places.
Yeah, some of the people that, hey, the Lord, hey, that's why when he talking about turning them out of their places, that's how we was going to war with them. We was going to war with all these different nations, and we was conquering these nations because the Lord tell us to go get it. We got to go over there and get it. That's just what it was. Read on.
Verse 13. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure.
At whose pleasure?
At his pleasure.
He said, as the clay is into the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, man. That's tough, man. You can't get around this, man. Read on.
So man is in the hand of him that made him.
Because Jesus said, so the man is in the hand of him that made him, man. Read.
To render to them as liketh him best.
That's liketh him best. The Most High God determines on how things supposed to be, man. A lot of times we think that, man, I ain't finna do a dang on thing, but you want some, the Lord looking at you, okay, well, you asked me to do this last week, but you ain't gonna do what I tell you to do. That's why the Lord said obedience is better than sacrifice, man.
And this is a good scripture for when brothers and sisters, you know that old with Esau, boy, our people came, they
shake it, boy.
Jacob have he loved, but Esau has he hated. You know, this is a scripture that brothers need to have in their arsenal for that, because the Most High God does what he's pleased. You know, who the hell are you to ask the Most High why you made Jacob to hate him? I mean, why you made Esau to hate? You know, you gonna ask the Most High God that? You know, you have to be aware of these consequences too.
Yeah.
Duck your head after you ask that. Go ahead.
Come on, and we're gonna tap into that too. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 29, verse 16. We're gonna show enough tap into that. Because a lot of times people got a problem with that, man. People got a problem with what the Most High said, man. The scriptures say something then, but guess what? I choose to do what I want to do. Then you see why people be bugged out, man. Most High done chose delusion, man. And the only thing you can do, you can try all day long to try to help pull that person up out of there, and that person can't shake it, man. And you trying your best to help that person, trying to give it to them, and they can't get it. I don't give a damn how much you try, they just not gonna get it, man. Because the Most High chose the delusion that they have, and you can't pull it off of them, man. Read it out.
Isaiah 29 and 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Because in our own disobedience, man. Our own disobedience, he said, surely the turning of things upside down shall be esteemed to the potter's clay. Read.
For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not.
See, he made me not, because that's a cut to the LGBTQICMH. I was born this way. Yeah, you was born this way. You a damn fool. You chose some stuff. Now he made you right, but then you had a problem with how he made you. Now you saying you weren't born that way. Because it's so many LGBTQMFHI people. It's so many of them women. They be bull dykes. Guess what? They have more children than the regular woman, man. Than the woman that got a husband, man. They have way more children than them. They be like, dang.
And another way, you know, they know they not born this way because they be shamed. That whole coming out thing. If you was born this way, then you wouldn't have a problem. It wouldn't be coming out. It would just you being you. So it wouldn't be no shame about it. And they know a lot of them denounce the Bible. That's why the Bible say in Romans 1, they gonna be reprobates. Because they know what the Bible say. They know how God feel about it. But the way they make up for it about, I don't believe that book. I don't believe that book. Then why you shaming what's going on?
But guess what? They always say they don't believe that book, but they want to call for the God that's in this book when they go through their trouble.
Right.
That's funny.
Quick precept.
Go ahead up.
Ecclesiastes 7:29.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, and verse 29.
Bring it out.
Lo, this only have I found, that Yah has made man upright.
Nah, he made a girl, but they really supposed to be a boy.
Has made man upright.
He made him a boy. They really supposed to be a girl.
Has made man upright.
Read on.
But they have sought out many inventions.
So like I going into every time somebody say that, man, you take them to the scripture, let them know, look, you thought on that. Your parents showed you that lifestyle. You got into that lifestyle, but it wasn't the Most High God. What you gonna put that on our God, the potter?
Right.
What, the clay trying to tell the potter that you did this wrong? No, we sought out many inventions, and that's what it is. That's why we go through a lot of things we go through, because of our actions, what we see. You know what I'm saying? Esau done brought out many inventions, and guess what? We just done ran with it. That's not what we are. That's not who we are. We're not them kind of people. That's it.
Let's go back to Isaiah chapter 29. Did you finish that out?
Nope.
Finish that out.
Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not.
He made me not read.
Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding.
He had no understanding. So he telling God he ain't got no understanding when you, like you said, when you made you this certain. You telling God you ain't got this on. He ain't got this understanding because he made you a woman. You are a woman because you are a woman. Just like he made a man because he is a man. But in that aspect, guess what? A woman got to have her role. Guess what? If you got a problem with the role you got, hey man, if you got a problem with the role you got, it goes into a lot of aspects on these things, man. Because a lot of time, even guess what, with the children, do y'all not know do you think y'all role is higher than what it's supposed to be? Something we need to think about. Even it goes in this right here goes into a lot of aspects of our everyday living. We say we want to. Well, I want the Lord to bless me, but you ain't obedient for nothing. He tell you go read, you won't read. He tell you to pray, you won't pray. He tell you to fast, you won't fast. He tell you to check your spirit, you won't check your spirit. But then you turn around here and see the things that you want, and then you wonder why the Lord don't give it to you. But guess what? Then you wonder why you do get things. Because Satan gives gifts too. Do you know what spirit you in? Something we need to be thinking about, man. Isaiah 64:8. Something we need to be thinking about. What spirit we in? Because we know Satan gives gifts. You got to check. Hey Lord, hey, is this coming from you? Is this coming from you?
You can really just line up your actions of how you been living. Just kind of looking at that man in the mirror saying, hold on now. I ain't been praying. I ain't been fasting. I get this whole lump sum of money. Hold up. That's how we got to do it. That's why it's always self-check, man. Know ye not your own self.
Know ye not your own dang on self. I just put dang on, and it ain't part of the scripture. Read it up.
Isaiah 64.
8.
Sirach, my bad. Isaiah 64:8. But now, O Lord, thou art our Father.
But now, O Lord, thou art our Father, man. Read.
We are the clay.
What we are?
We are the clay.
We are the clay, man. Read.
And thou art our potter.
And the Lord is our potter, man. Read.
And we all are the work of thy hand.
But we all are the work of the Most High God's hand, man. The Most High God, guess what? If we are the children of Israel, that's just what we are, man. The Most High God gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. That's just what we got to do. We can't go around these things because a lot of times we will try to do things to try to make it fit for how we want it. We constantly say this all the time. You cannot make your lifestyle. You can make the Bible fit your lifestyle. You got to make your lifestyle fit the Bible. The potter has already made the clay how he wanted. He has set the bounds. He divided the nations. He did all of this, and we got to just play our role, man. The game is let me say, because Esau don't like this. Esau don't like that this thing is premeditated already. Esau hate premeditation. That's why if you kill somebody premeditated versus you kill somebody, mess around, kill somebody, y'all fight, you gonna get a longer time with premeditation. Esau don't like premeditation because he know premeditation is the end of his world, man. Because this Bible says something about him that he don't like, and he don't like premeditation. But he also used premeditation to try to prepare what's ever coming out the sky. Knowing he gonna lose, but he think in his mind, the pride of his heart have deceived him, man. Esau think they the greatest nation on the planet. Man, ain't nobody can beat us, man. Got the same spirit, man. They forefathers, man. Esau had from the beginning, man. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 18, man. Jeremiah chapter 18. Also, man, I want to say to the brothers and sisters, man, we've been, sickness has been plaguing the nation of Israel, spiritually and physically. Throw them prayers up for the brothers and sisters, man, that's been up under the weather, man. And throw them prayers up for the brothers and sisters, man, that's walking in the faith, man, sincerely, man. Everybody, man, y'all, if you can, man, seek the Most High, throw the fast and prayers up for them brothers and sisters, man. The fervent prayers of the righteous avail it much, man. So we make sure we stay in constant prayer for the brothers and sisters that's been up under the weather and has been sick, man. Also, knowing this time of the year, this is a time of the year that the Most High, if you know in the seasons, this is a time of the year that the Most High is past the plucking season, so it's going into, I guess, what would we call the season of trial, which basically is the season of death, in which spring come, rebirth, and rejuvenating the world again. So this is the coldest time of the year, and it is the most sickness times of the year. So we want to throw them prayers up to make sure brothers and sisters also stand in the spirit. So just want to get that out to the nation, because it's something that we need to have on our mind too, to make sure that we stay in constant prayer for the sick. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 18, man, verse 2.
Book of Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Arise and go down to the potter's house, and there I will cause thee to hear my words.
So we already know who the potter is. He said, arise and go down to the potter's house.
And we talking about TD
snakes. Say that
again. If we ain't talking about TD snakes. Not that potter's house.
Because if we did go down to TD Snakes Church, he be having all kind of people trying to get us up out of there. Nah, they ain't coming up in here.
They won't even let us in the park.
They see all them brothers get the car with them fringes on. Hey man, stop them at the gate. Read on.
Verse 3. Then I went down to the potter's house.
Not TD Snake.
And behold, he wrought a work on the wheel.
So he wrought a work on the wheel. We know who's doing the job. We know it's the wait a minute. He said he wrought a work on the wheel. Read on.
And the vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter.
But he said, and the vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter. Read on.
So he made it again, another vessel.
So he made it again another vessel, man. Read on.
As seemed good to the potter to make it.
So, however the Most High made this clay, guess what? He make it however he feel like this clay's supposed to be made. Some people come out, that's why you see some people, they come out, they lame. Some people, they come out, they whole. Some people, they come out, like I say, and I'm not trying to, some people, I guess we would call it retarded. Some people come out good and like I say, good fashion. Some people come out retarded. Read on up.
Verse 5. Then the word of the Lord came to me, saying,
read on.
O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter?
So he said, O house of Israel, cannot I do to you as this potter did? However I wanted to do what you said, cannot I do this to you, man? Read.
Said the Lord.
Uh-huh.
Behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand,
So as the clay is in the potter's hand, read.
so are ye in mine hand,
So are you in the Most High God's hand, man. Read.
O house of Israel.
Oh, house of Israel, man. Let's get some more on that context. Let's go to Sirach chapter 38, man, verse 29. He said, he's telling Israel, look, I can make you however I want to make you, man. This is basically the Most High God is just checking us, man, because, man, we are what I'm talking about. What the Lord say, man, we are wicked, man. We just a wicked generation, man.
A sinful nation laden with iniquity.
I'm talking about laden with iniquity, man. Most High God said we got to do it this way. We said, no, we're going to do it this way, Lord. Said, no, Most High God said, well, I want y'all to do it this way. He said, no, Lord, I think we might try this way right here for $1,000, Alex. And you ain't Alex Trebek gonna get killed.
I truly see it, boy. Israel coming to full form. I see how we got in trouble.
I see too.
It's a bunch of smart Alex in Israel, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bunch of smart Alex. That's like I said, the Lord say do it like this. Well, I think we can do it better type stuff, man. You see it happening right now.
Yeah, and it's just like a lot of times when you look at how people do things, you would think that, dang, is the Most High setting things about order? And you be a damn fool to even think like that. Like the Most High set things the Most High don't be setting things out of order. Even a lot of times, sometimes, even in how we walk in this walk, sometimes you look at how some of the decisions the leadership make, like, what kind of decision would y'all make? But if you just asked us and see why we made the decision, and we go to the scriptures and show you what the decision made, you be like, dang, that did make some sense why you did it. Because it takes guess what? As people grow in this walk, and as you see things and you walk, that's when the change comes. That's when more and more change comes. Then when you see people make decisions, then they go, well, guess what? You'll start being more numb to those situations because you'll see why brothers make a decision when they make, man.
Can I get a precept
Go
right
ahead.
quick? Because you just made a great point. Sitting up here, we make a decision, right? When I sat back there, I used to see decisions made up here that I didn't comprehend because I didn't have all the information. That's the same with us with the Most High. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord.
Who?
Saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. And that's exactly what's going on here. We got brothers and sisters trying to figure out the Most High when He's on a whole nother level. He telling you, your ways ain't my ways, so the way you trying to calculate this thing in your head is not going to add up to what you want it to be because I'm using a different math. He's the creator. And that was a great analogy that he brought up, lobbed it right up, because it's the same like up here. It's other aspects included with the decision making and other pieces of information that you may not know about. And then when I got that understanding, when I got in this position, well, the Most High is on a whole nother level, and we're never going to comprehend all the moving parts that He got going on. But we have brothers in Israel. That Bible ain't real. That's an insert. They ain't the Son of God. And even you got Christians and you got other people, and my whole thing be like, how would you know anything about what you're talking about if it wasn't for this book? So to underestimate the power of the Most High God to leave a book for His chosen people, you trying to figure out something that's out your pay grade.
Big con on it, man. Read Sirach chapter 38 and verse 29.
Sirach 38:29. So doth the potter sitting at his work and turning the wheel about his feet, who is always careful. So like, who is always carefully set at his work.
So guess what? Just like in Jeremiah chapter 18, it was breaking down how sometimes Most High made the vessel marred and some, but guess what? He remade it again and made it whole. He can make the vessel however he chooses to make the vessel, man. He's just letting you know I can make it either way I want to make it. I can mar it or I can straighten it up. Either way. Read.
But it says he's always careful.
He's always careful.
Say that his word. And make it all his work by number.
And he make it all his work by number, man. Because the Most High is never out of order, man. The things that he set up, if he gonna set it up right. He never set things out of order, man. Read.
Verse 30. He fashioned the clay with his arm.
And with his what?
With his arm.
Read.
And bowed down his strength before his feet.
Uh-huh.
He applied himself to lead it over.
Uh-huh.
And he is diligent to make clean the furnace.
So guess what? The Most High said he gonna make diligent clean, and how he clean it in the furnace, man. So after you make the pot and you fasten it up, now the Most High said, I'm gonna put you in the furnace, man. You got to prove you, man. This is the work of the Father, man. No man can comprehend these things, man. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 15 and verse 7, man. No man can comprehend these things, man. Because when the Father speaks it, guess what? It said man speak it once, speak it twice. They don't perceive it, man. Sirach chapter, not Sirach. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 15 and verse 7. In verse 7, man. When you get there, I'll read it.
Wisdom of Solomon 15, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
For the potter, tempering soft earth, fashioneth every vessel with much labor for our service.
So guess what the Most High God said? The Most High God said, look, he got the brother Solomon. He said, for the potter tempering soft earth, man, which is us, man. We the soft earth, man. Fashioning every vessel with much labor. That's deep, man. With much labor, man, for our service, man. So as we grow in this walk, guess what? We still are getting fashioned in this walk. He's still grooming this clay that he made of us, man. We still in this walk, and the Most High grooming us the whole time, man. But the obedience is how he grooming the clay. You gonna be, guess what? He took the same clay that he marred, and he making that thing whole that we are in this truth right now. The same way he doing with us right now. He fashioning this clay. He putting this thing together to make sure that when he give us back to earth, or when the vessel is set on the table and he start pouring the water in it, the water ain't gonna leak it out, man. That water, that vessel can hold some water. So then he can start dumping knowledge in you, and then he can start putting more knowledge in you. So, but when I learn this knowledge, then I teach. If I teach him this knowledge, guess what? We both got this knowledge now. But sometimes people learn knowledge. I ain't teaching a nigga nothing. Can't ask me a damn thing. Puffed up knowledge ain't what he want, man. That's why he, guess what? That's why he fashioning the clay. Making sure while we in this walk, he is still making sure that we in order, man. It's gonna read it. It's gonna say it too, read.
Yea, of the same clay, he maketh both the vessels that serve for clean uses.
So he said, he said, at the same clay, he make both vessels to serve for clean uses, man. And that's what the Most High expecting us to do. When he give it to us, he making sure that we are clean enough to get it, man. Your heart pure enough to get it. Because guess what? You can go ahead and the Most High pour a whole bunch of good knowledge in you, and then you turn away. Whew, that's tough. What you think the Most High gonna do for you when you turn away? He done gave you all of this, took his time, and done fashioned you, and done groomed you up, and then all of a sudden you got a problem with what he say now. That's tough, man. That's tough. Read on.
And likewise also, all such as serve to the contrary. But what is the use of either sort? The potter himself is the judge.
So the potter himself is the judge. So if you buck the system, while he fashioning you, he done cleaned you up. He made you right. He fixed you up to go and get this thing settled in your heart that I can be able to trust them to give you something. And then you buck the system. It says The potter himself is the judge. And how is he the judge? We should know. Isaiah 66:4. The Lord said, I will. Matter of fact, we read it. We're gonna hear it. We're gonna see how the judge do. 66:4. This is how the judge. Hey, I read let these men. Hey, man. That's the same thing King David was begging the Lord not to do too. Said, don't judge me in your anger. We read that next. Say it, we go get it. Read that up.
Book of Isaiah 66, verse 4. I also would choose their delusion.
Read that again up.
I also would choose their delusion.
Because guess what? When people try to buck the system against the Most High, he said, I will choose your delusion, man. Read.
And will bring their fears upon them.
Read.
Because when I called, none did answer.
Because when the Most High told you to do something, you thought, guess what? If he called you, you gonna have to do it. You gonna have to dang sure do it, man. Read.
When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes.
But they did evil before the Most High God's eyes, man. Read.
And chose that in which I delighted not.
And chose that which the Most High delighted not. That's why the Most High choose somebody's delusion. That's why when you see people, they stuck in the same frame of mind. And you can see the. I'm gonna give y'all a small clue on how we see delusion on people. You'll bring up something. This person ain't said nothing to you all year long. And you'll bring up something about the mark of the beast, and he's stuck right here. And after class, he coming to the teacher, ooh, all year long, he ain't said a damn thing though. But this is what he's stuck on. This is the only part of this thing he's stuck on. He can't get around it. And then, he started talking about, any random thing. He started talking about chariots. So he said it to you all year long. Well, what about the chariots? And what about this? And what about that? Like, brother, what's the precept for love? I don't know that. But what about the chariots? Hey, brother, you don't think that's going off a little bit? That's a person in delusion. People have to check their spirits. We see, hey, it shows you a clear example when you see these things in people, man. You want to learn all this, and you ain't got basic. How you gonna build a damn house and you ain't got no foundation? What you gonna build it on the air? You ain't gonna be able to build it.
Brother Sammy, what's the precept to Isaiah 66:4?
Romans 1:26 and 2 Thessalonians 2:11.
Yeah, that's the one we look for. 2 Thessalonians 2:11. All praises.
What did it say? Let's go to Psalm 6, man, right quick, man. See what King David, what did it say? Psalm 6:1. You get there, I'll read.
Book of Psalms, chapter 6, verse 1. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger.
Read that again up.
O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger.
Now this is the King David asking the Most High. He said, Lord, please don't rebuke me not. Rebuke me not in your anger. Because that's when he had messed up, man. Read on.
Neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord.
He asked him for mercy, man. Because he knew he had messed up with the Most High God. And guess what? A lot of us, we should behave. When we mess up, man, guess what? You supposed to be asking the Lord, hey, we get an example. Our forefathers telling us what to do. Hey, Lord, please don't rebuke me in your anger. Because we get beside ourselves. I don't care who you are, we get beside ourselves. Everybody got some kind of little small puffed up spirit. I don't care if it's this big or if it's this big. It's something in you that make you feel like you can do it better than the Most High. And the Most High had to check your butt every single time, man. Read.
Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed.
He's vexed from the inside out, man. Read.
My soul is also sore vexed. But thou, O Lord, How long?
He said, but thou, oh Lord, how long? But I'm going to show you the flip side of that, though. Let's go to Psalm chapter 26 and verse 6. Now, he was telling the Lord, don't judge me in your anger. But now that he got it right with the Lord, watch how the conversation changes. Read that out when you get there.
Psalm chapter 26, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
I will wash my hands in innocence. And
Psalm 26, Sirach, verse 1. Oh, my bad, verse 1. 26 and 1.
Psalm chapter 26, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Judge me, O Lord.
So now he's telling the Lord, now you can judge me now. But back then, he was just telling the Lord, hey man, don't judge me in your anger. But now he's telling the Lord, judge me. Read.
Judge me, O Lord, for I have walked in mine integrity.
So now he walked in integrity. Now he's doing what he's supposed to do. He tells the Lord, now you can judge me. Now I'm walking in integrity. Read.
I have trusted also in the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, I shall not slide.
So now, guess what? Now that he got himself in the right mindset, he said, Lord, I ain't going to slide. I got you. Now I understand you now. I ain't going to slide. Read.
Examine me, O Lord, and prove me.
Man, okay, man, look at it. That's tough to tell the Lord, hey man, you can prove me, Lord. Hey, the Lord will prove you. You call his number, he gonna prove you. If you tell him, go ahead and prove me, guess what he gonna do? He finna prove you. Hey, that's what you want. Like he ain't go. Read.
Examine me, O Lord, and prove me.
Mm-hmm.
Try my reins and my heart.
He said, try my ways and my heart. Try me, Lord. All right. Hey, but there was two different type of prayers to the Most High. But when he was in his folly, he told the Lord, please, Lord, don't judge me in your anger, man. Don't judge me in your anger. But we already know what the Lord did for King David. He killed out a couple of his children, too. He still killed out a couple of his children. But once he got the understanding, guess what happened? He told the Lord, I got you now. You can try my heart. I'm telling you, he said, I ain't gonna slide. I ain't gonna slide. You can try he said, try my reins and my heart. He telling you, test me. What's tough? What man is brave enough right here to tell the Lord, hey, you can come test me, Lord. You that tough to box with the Almighty?
I ain't boxing with the Most High. I'm just gonna let him do his thing.
Let him do his thing. All praises. Let's go back to the Wisdom of Solomon. What you say?
It's tough.
It's tough, man. Go back to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15 and verse 8.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 8. And employing his labors lewdly, he maketh a vain god of the same clay.
So guess what? He said, employing his labor lewdly, he make it a vain god of the same clay. Read.
Even he which a little before was made of earth himself.
But even him, he said, guess what? This is how he telling you how men minds think. We make we make gods out of things, and these ain't nothing but earth itself, man. Read.
And within a little while after, return it to the same. Out of the which he was taken. When his life, which was lent him, shall be demanded.
So guess what? Which his life, he said, which he lent him, because your life is your life. People think that your life, he lent this to you.
Borrowed time.
Just like, let's give you a perfect example of your children. Your children do not belong to you. They belong to the Most High. All of us do. He lent them bodies to us. Let me see. I made him upright. He was good. See, he got an upright heart. Okay. Now I'm going to watch him. Oh. And he tap you on the shoulder when you do something. Hey, if you got your spirit conviction, you say another one of them, I'm going to come see you. Then you go about your own way. And you might not do this, but you'll do something right here. And he say, hey, another one of them, I'm going to get you. Then you go do something else over there. Then you'll thought the Lord forgot. And the thing that you did at first, you'll go back and do it again. Just because the execution of judgment don't come speedily, Said men got it in their heart to set to do evil. What's that, Ecclesiastes? That's what our heart set to do. We set to do evil. We'll do some stuff, man. Knowing, boy, man, look here. Knowing that in this truth, the Most High God says it's better for you not have known, man, than for you to know something and you go back and just redo the shit. You know, you go back and redo some stuff that you know you ain't had no business doing, man. It's better for you not have known this thing, man. Just go back, cause just like a dog returning to his vomit. You can step into that realm, or you can stay with the Most High. And guess what? It's a narrow path. It's narrow. You ain't got to do all. People want to do the extra. You ain't got to do the extra. Just stay right here. That's why the Lord said, "Blessed is a eunuch, man." Cause He made Himself a eunuch for the kingdom of heaven, man. He ain't worried. The flesh, He's telling the Most High, I don't want nothing in the flesh. I want to seek you. And most brothers, when you see that, like, shit, I ain't gonna be no eunuch. You got to literally cut yourself off to be a eunuch. You just got to keep your spirit to the Most High, man. It ain't. People can make it complicated, but it ain't got to be complicated. You got something up?
Bring it down.
It ain't got to be complicated. But sometimes we make things more complicated than it has to be. The Lord said, "Man,
let's get it right quick." Matthew chapter 19, verse 12. Going to that, brothers, put that as a footnote. Eunuchs right here.
real."
You know, we done covered this once before, like I said, but we'll keep reiterating these things over and over. What Ak is going into. Let me get to read that, Ak.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 12. But there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb.
So this is the first type of eunuch, which was born from their mother's womb, meaning their plumbing down there didn't work. Read on up.
And there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men.
Then there are some eunuchs that were made eunuchs of men, meaning what? They had their private parts cut off. Read on up.
And there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake.
And there were some eunuchs who made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom's sake. Who was the eunuch that did this, Brother King? Made himself a eunuch for the kingdom's sake.
Who could?
What you got?
Was it Paul?
Yeah, Brother Paul, this is a good one. What you got, Isaiah?
I was gonna say Christ.
Yeah, that's right. Christ. You know, Christ didn't deal with any women because he was solely what? About Christ's business, about the Lord's business. So it's three types. One, when you was born that way. One that was made that way by men, meaning you have your private parts cut off. Then the last one is you make yourself a eunuch, meaning
you teach yourself not to.
Yeah, you solely gonna be about the Lord's
Right.
business, so you're not gonna mess with women. You know.
Cause those eunuchs, they not given over to flesh. They are spiritual, man. Man, that's a tough job to take on, man. Knowing, boy, we got this flesh, boy, our flesh weak flesh, man. No Judah, boy, we love to make some children, man. Hey, do the things that make the children, even if you can't make none.
They say if you cannot contain, you should marry.
I said you should marry.
Then the bird in hell.
Yeah, that's true. Let's go to Romans chapter 9, verse 15. It's for real. That's tough to them say you're gonna be a eunuch. Man, you don't know how long you're gonna live on this earth, man. You live till you're 100 years old.
Hey, like I said, brothers can do it. All praise to the Most High, man.
Praise, man.
You know, you diligent about that thing, you know.
But you never know. So the Most High put it on your spirit, man. Hey,
Yeah, for real.
you never know, man. Some it'd be tough, but some brothers can do it, man. I ain't gonna say it'd be tough, 'cause it's possible with the Most High, man. Cause
Right.
guess what? If he choose me to do it, guess what, man? I just have to do it.
It'd be easy if you went through enough stuff in life too. You know what I'm through.
I'm done with this, man.
Yeah.
I'm through. I'm not even going through this no more. I'm for the Most High. It's easy to do that.
I'm gonna read it up.
9:12,
Start at verse 15.
15. Sirach. Romans chapter 9, verse 15. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy on,
Read that again up.
For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
Now he just got finished saying, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. But the Lord saying, I'm going to have mercy on whom I have mercy on, man. Read.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
So the Lord said he going to have compassion on whom he had compassion on, man. Read.
So then, it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth,
Read.
but of God that showeth mercy.
Because God is the only one that can show the mercy, man, to you. If he grant the mercy, you will get the mercy. If you don't grant mercy, you won't get it. Read.
For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee.
So guess what? Even in the other nations, like you got the president of the United States and all these presidents of these different countries, the Most High raised all these nations up to show his power, man. He's finna show his power among all these nations. The Most High God gonna show the power, man. He gonna show you how things supposed to be done. Because one thing about it, when his son come back and beat this world into submission, we ain't gonna have to fight with him, man. Because it's gonna be a lot of fear in them, man.
Yeah, it is. Just imagine Christ taking down America, the nation that we go to everything for, the nation that all nations go to everything for. You can see how easily the world gonna come into submission when he destroyed his nation without hands. Everybody, he gonna get in line quickly, man. It ain't gonna be no games played that day. Go ahead.
Guess what? When they gonna get in line, and we is too.
Yeah, for real.
Cause we gonna be looking like, ooh,
For real, man.
ooh. Well, King gonna be working, boy. He gonna be working. Go ahead.
Verse 17. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Because guess what? His name gonna be declared throughout all this earth. That's when we ain't got to say, tell everybody, know the Lord. His name gonna be declared throughout all the earth, man. Read.
Therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will, he hardened.
So, but whom he will, he harden. He's hardening their hearts for a reason. He wants their heart to be hard. He wants them to be the toughest they could possibly be when he make it. I want y'all to be the toughest y'all can be. When I make it, I want you to be the toughest you possibly can be. Read on.
19. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault?
But he said, but now you said to the Lord, why did he find fault? Read.
For who has resisted his will?
Who can resist the Most High God's will, man? If he put it on you, you gon' do it, man. Read.
Nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against God?
But who can, who is thou to reply against the Most High God? What you say, Benaniyah, your favorite thing is on too short the box with the Most High.
He's letting you know, oh man, we ain't nothing but man. And we talking about a God, so it's two different levels, man.
Read.
Nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against God? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
So that's what saying is another shot. Pap to the LGBTQMICS. It's another shot. Why you made me thus? Read.
Had not the potter power over the clay?
Have not the potter power over the clay? Read.
Or the same lump to make one vessel unto honor,
read.
and another unto dishonor?
Because the Lord said, I can make one vessel unto honor, but I also can make another vessel unto dishonor. Read.
What if God, willing to show his wrath, and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
They are just nothing. Guess what? That's just what it is. Some people set up just wrath, just a vessel fit for destruction. Just wait for judgment day to come.
Esau.
Yep.
Esau, guess what? 2/3. Got to shake it. We don't learn how to shake it. Guess what? The Most High God, guess what? He the one that's gonna show the mercy. Read.
And that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory.
Which he had before prepared unto glory. He prepared us unto glory, man. We is God's chosen people, man. The thing is, the Lord, He's showing us that He choose us. He fashioned us. He's grooming us, and He's showing us that He choose us. We got to choose Him back, man. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 5 and what's that? 4 and 15. 4 and 15. He's showing us. He chose us because the Most High God got respect unto us, man. He love us. We got to love Him enough. We got to love Him enough back when He tell us to do something. We got to be obedient to His word, though. So a lot of time, our obedience, man, is boo boo to our God, man. We play the games with the Most High, man, and He don't appreciate that, man. And that's why you see, it's just like if we all walking this walk and we all trying to make sure that we all keep each other in the spirit, you shouldn't. When another brother going off and you trying to help him, you shouldn't appreciate that either. Like, nah, bro, that's wrong. You gotta appreciate that. You gotta appreciate that. You got to make sure that you get your heart and be like, nah, I don't appreciate you doing it, brother. That's all. No, that's the wrong way. You can't do it. The Lord said this, and we got to make sure that we show people how the Lord say. Read that up.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 15. This the people saw and understood it not. Neither laid they up this in their minds.
See, because sometimes people, when the Most High God is talking, a lot of times people don't understand it. He said, neither had they even tried to think to lay this up in their mind, man. Read.
That His grace and mercy is with His saints.
Because the grace and mercy is with His saints. He giving it to, He said, I give it to y'all, man. Read.
And that He hath respect unto His chosen.
But He had respect unto us. He giving us the grace and mercy and said that He had respect unto us, man. We got to be able to deal with that, though, because in our ignorance, we don't like to deal with those things. Let's go to Psalm chapter 40 and verse 1.
What's another precept right quick, Shaya, for that respect unto His chosen? See if brothers.
Respect unto His chosen.
Yeah. Let me see if we catch what brother was.
This is songs, I think. I'm not sure.
Who was right there? What you got out?
And Romans 6 and Titus 12.
Exodus
Respect.
2 and 25.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for right there. You had that, Ocean? What you had out?
Exodus 2:25.
Exodus 2:25, where it shows that the Most High God is not a respecter of person, but has respect unto Israel. Saying the same thing it says
You can go and pull it right quick.
in Wisdom of Solomon. So y'all brothers write that. Brothers and sisters, write that precept, Exodus chapter 2, verse 25.
And it reads, and Yahweh looked upon the children of Israel, and Yahweh had respect unto them.
Saying the same thing that it said in Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 15. So we know that the Most High God, He is not a respecter of person, but He has respect unto Israel that keep His commandments. Because in a sense, He's not a respecter of us either if we wicked as hell. He gonna put our behinds to death.
See, but their respective persons is going into, in fact. But their respective person, let me see if I can find it right quick.
117.
Is that one? I'll try to find it. The respective. I thought I found it. Yeah. Well, I know why they're looking for it. But their respective person is going into judgment. The Lord said He don't have respect of person in the judgment, but the respect He has, the respect of person. Guess what? Just like this, bless. Just like this. Like Shaya, I respect Shaya. That's not being like as a man and as a brethren, but that's not me. That's the difference between me being
1 and 17.
1 and 17.
Yeah.
Read that right quick, guys. Read it's we can go to Deuteronomy 1 and 17. So 4 and 17. 1 and 17.
This is Leviticus 19 and
15.
19, 15. Yeah. Read that out when you get there.
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 17. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment,
Read that again.
Ye shall not respect persons in judgment.
So that's the respect of persons that the Most High is going into. You don't supposed to have respect of persons in judgment. Like the example I was making, like I got respect for Brother Shaya, so guess what? We gonna have respect for each other. That's how we do in this walk. But in judgment concerning the Most High, we can't have respect of that person. You know what I'm saying? Even though, guess what? We might have a relationship above everything. Guess what? In judgment with the Most High, we can't have respect of persons in there. We don't.
Ye shall not respect persons in judgment,
Mm-hmm.
but ye shall hear the small as well as the great.
Uh-huh.
Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man.
So even though y'all be friends or whatever type of relationship you got, you don't care about how they looking. They don't mean nothing. Read.
For the judgment is God.
But the judgment is who?
For the judgment is God.
That's why we use his word. The judgment is God. Read on. The Most High. Read.
And the cause that is too hard for you,
Mm-hmm.
bringing it to me,
Mhm.
and I will hear.
That's Moses telling the children of Israel when he started placing order in Israel. Let's go to Psalm chapter 40 and verse 1. Let me get there, I'll read it.
Psalm chapter 40, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me,
Mm-hmm.
and heard my cry.
So this is King David telling how he said, I waited patiently for the Lord. And he said, I inclined, he said, and he inclined to me. And then the Most High God heard his quiet. Man, one thing about Israel, patience is something that we need to learn to get. Because it's hard for us to have these things, this patience, man. We don't.
He brought me up also out of an horrible pit,
Mm-hmm.
out of the miry clay.
Out of the what?
Out of the miry clay.
He brought him up out of the pit, out of the miry clay, man. Read.
And set my feet upon a rock.
And set his feet upon a rock. What rock is that going into, King?
You know the script. You know it out.
Trying to think.
You know who the rock is.
I know Christ is the rock, and it speaks of foundation.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to. I can't right now. I'm not thinking of it.
Who can help the
It's
brother
not
out?
coming.
What you got, Brother Barakai?
Rock is Israel.
No, I had it right. The rock
Yeah,
is
the
Christ.
Rock is Christ,
Oh, okay.
and I know it's foundation, but I don't know what scripture.
What is the precept though? Any brother know that? We don't went over there. What you got, Isaiah? What you got, Job?
He trying to find it, man.
Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4 right quick so y'all can have it.
1 Corinthians 10 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm gonna say it till more count. Let me look it up top of the glass over me, man.
Read that right quick, God.
1 Corinthians 10 and 4. And did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that hollowed them, and that rock
followed them.
Sirach, from the top.
He hollowed them too, though.
All praises. 1 Corinthians 10 and 4. And did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ.
And that rock was Christ. So this is the precept to that, showing you that the rock is Christ, on who we stand on, what we build our foundation on. You know what they going into in the book of Psalms. You know what King David's like.
Let's go back to Psalm chapter 40 and verse 2. He show gave me a look up top of the glass like, come on, man.
Cause y'all be catching me off guard.
You know you gotta stay ready.
I know.
You sit right here.
Right in the front.
Read it up.
Psalm chapter 40 verse 1. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me, and heard my cry. He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay,
Read.
and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings.
So as he set his feet upon the rock, upon the word of the Most High, he established his goings, man. Read.
He has put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our God.
Read.
Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in the Lord.
So just like even with us, when you see us walking this walk, man, I'm telling you something, man. People see that thing on us, man. Don't be naive. When they see them friends coming up in there, I promise you, the other nations dang show. Guess what? If our people don't see the other nations like, they can see it. They see it. Yeah. I walk with my head held high. Yeah, I know you see it. I know you see it.
And I want you to say something.
Yep. Want you to. I like the things on your. I like the little dangling things on your clothes. Yeah.
They don't like you. Get ready for captivity.
You just see other nations all of a sudden just have a perpetual hatred towards you.
Mm-hmm.
We was at work the other night. Jerubbaal said, "Man, this so what I call them."
Turkish Arab.
Turkish Arab. He said this so Turkish Arab, man. He said he got a problem with us, man. He said, look at him. And all the other ones was alright, but he just couldn't help it. He was just upset. But I said, man, he looked at your friend and then he looked at mine.
Cause he did. We walked to the door. First thing he did, he said, dang. But at the end of the night, guess what? He had respect for it, though. He had respect.
Yeah,
But he stood our ground up in that mud. So, hey, he had to respect the game. But at first, boy, out of all of them, everybody tried to be cool. But that one, boy, he was like, what? Dang.
You know the spirit let you know where evil lurks, man.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Read that out. Well, Psalms 40 and 3.
Oh, we still on song? Okay, so like,
What you want?
I just didn't, I thought I could have thought he gave me another precept. Verse 3, Psalm chapter 40. And he has put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our God.
Read.
Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in the Lord. Blessed is that man that maketh the Lord his trust.
Read that again out.
Blessed is that man that maketh the Lord his
It
trust.
said, blessed is that man that maketh the Lord his trust. This is what we got to be leaning on the potter, man. Blessed is that clay that maketh his potter to trust. Blessed is that clay, man. Blessed is that man that maketh the Lord. Because guess what, man? We should want to make sure the Most High is leading us to make sure the Most High is you talking to me, Lord, or is this some evil way that I'm getting in my mind? Because guess what? You think Satan ain't right there? He trying to show you something too. Hey, look at this right here. Look at this. The Lord said, "No, stay on the path of Satan." Like, look. You see this? And guess what? Sometimes we be falling fool. Dang, that sure did happen. Like the Lord looking at you like, hey fool, don't. Hey. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go 1 John right quick. 1 John. My bad, man. I keep precept kind of keep hitting you a little bit. 1 John 3 and 18. I read this before. We're gonna read this one more again. Cause sometimes that little bitty voice is in your mind. It guides you. And guess what? That little voice. Everybody got a little voice in their mind. I don't care who you got. Everybody got some little voice in their mind. And sometimes that little voice in your mind tell you do something to God awful esteem. That little voice tell you some stuff, man. If you tell your wife what this little voice said, man, y'all be divorced tomorrow. That little voice in your mind tell you, if you tell your husband what that voice said, y'all will be divorced tomorrow. Because that little voice in your mind gonna tell you to do something. But is that little voice, is it being led the right way or is it being led the wrong way? Read that up.
1 John 3 and 18. My little children, let us not love in word.
Let us not love in words, read.
Neither in tongue.
Neither in tongue, read on.
But in deed and in truth.
But in deed and in truth. That's how we love, man. By in deed and in truth, man. Read on.
And hereby we know that we are of the truth. And shall assure our hearts before him.
So we shall be assure our hearts before. We shall be giving our hearts to the Most High, or let the Most High lead us, man. Read.
For if our heart condemn us.
So if that little thing in your mind condemn you, read.
God is greater than our heart.
So God is greater than your hearts, because some people do things they don't even give a damn. I did it, and guess what? Fight come with it. Some people don't care. They gets in that little thing in their mind. Because if your mind condemn you, that means the Most High God is with you, man. Read.
For if our heart condemn us,
Mm-hmm.
God is greater than our
God
heart.
is greater than our hearts. Read on.
And knoweth all
And
things.
He knoweth all things, man. Read.
Beloved, if our heart condemn us not,
But if our heart condemn us not, read on.
then have we confidence toward God.
But so then do we have confidence towards God? So what little spirit, that little thing, is it telling you to? I don't care. Shoot, that little thing, we telling you. So is that confidence towards God? I don't give a damn. I don't give a F. Guess what? That thing right there gets you in trouble. So is that making you have confidence towards God, the Most High God? Is that being led in the right spirit? Let's say, know ye not your own spirit, man. You know, we got to make sure we be led in the right place, because that look, like I say, sometimes that little man, you be sitting around and folks, sometimes that little man, and some people go so crazy, that little man talks so much, you be like, you be talking to that little man, he be on your shoulder, you be just talking to him. You like, dang, this dude done went crazy. Because that little man got more something things to say than you got to say now. That's how when you see people bugged out, man, I know y'all don't seen people bugged out. People be bugged like a bug in a rug and it's snug. Be bugged out, man. And this is how they go sometimes, man. Let's go 2 Corinthians chapter 5 right quick, man. Gonna wind it down. Sometimes it's just how it go, man. Is the Most High? Is he leading you? Sometimes we don't let the Most High lead us. Sometimes, hey, we step outside the order, and then the Most High bring judgment, and you wonder why the judgment is being brought in, and you like, dang. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 7.
2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7.
Ooh, Shalaki, verse 5.
2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 5.
We're going to read down to 7. Read.
Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now he that hath wrought us for the self same thing is God,
Mm-hmm.
who also hath given unto us the earnest of the Spirit.
So, because the Most High God give us the earnest of the Spirit, man. He said, now he that had wrought us for the self same thing is God, who also given unto us the earnest of the Spirit, man. Read on.
Therefore, we are always confident,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that whilst we are at home in the body,
So, but we are confident because we at home in the body, read.
we are absent from the Lord.
But we are absent from the Lord, man. Read.
For we walk by faith,
Uh-huh.
not by sight.
Read that again, out.
For we walk by faith, not by sight.
We walk by faith, man. We got to have the faith, man, that the King coming back to redeem us, man. We got to have the faith, man, that the Most High is, hey, if His words say this, this is what we got to do. We got to have that faith, man. No matter what the Christians and church say, and the people and your family and everything else around you, you got to. This is the season to be walking. Guess what, man? The Most High is why you that clay. Guess what? The Most High still fashioning you as a clay, as you being clay. He's fashioning you the whole time, and you in this walk, man. That's what King David was just talking about, man. In Psalms chapter 40, he said the Lord brought him out of the martyry clay. He brought them up out of darkness, up out of his sins, man. And we know how we do. We walk up in our sins sometimes, man. We want to shake these things. We don't want to get these things to be a hindrance to us, nor a stumbling block to us, man. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6, man. A couple more precepts when we get out of here, man. (11 and 6). To walk by faith, man. This is how our walk's supposed to be. It's walking by faith. We got to show our works, man. We got to show our works, man. We got to let our light shine, man. Read that out.
The book of Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please Him.
Read that again out.
But without faith, it is impossible to please Him.
Without faith, it's impossible to please the Most High. That's why Just running through your mind. That's why that's what it said. Without faith, it said it's impossible to please the Most High. Let's go to Matthew 17:17. Hold y'all precept right quick. Matthew 17:17. I'm gonna show you what the Lord said about that though. This man had a son, man, that he said his son is a lunatic. Where he had a demon on him, man. And then they was trying to cast this demon up out of this dude, this child. And the disciples couldn't get it, man. Read this out.
Matthew 17, verse 17. Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation.
Read that again out.
Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation.
Because guess he putting faithless and perverse in the same aspect, man. He said, "Oh, faithless and perverse generation," because a lot of our thinking is so faithless, man. We don't have faith in the Most High for nothing, man. Most High show us everything He for us in every kind of way we for Him, and we don't have no faith in the Most High. If you can't put this meat on my plate right here tonight, Lord, then I don't need you. That's how our thing is, right here. We want the Lord to put the meat on our plate right here in front of everybody. Lord, I want you to put some meat right here on top of my Bible right here. Put some meat right here, Lord, and then I believe it.
Because the Jews require something.
But then we show don't say nothing to the Lord when He let us breathe though. Read on.
O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me.
So the Lord said, how long shall I suffer? He said, how long shall I let y'all make it, man? He's like, how long shall I suffer? How long shall I let you make it, man? That's us, man, in a perverse generation. He's looking at us, how long should I let you make it? Keep doing the things that you think you doing. How long shall I let you make it? Read on.
And Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him. And the child was cured from that very hour.
So when Yahushua said He rebuked that devil, and the devil came up out of this, that demon came up out of that boy, man. They had no faith. They like, man, guess what? It just seems like sometimes, the only thing this is going into, let's go back to Hebrews 11:6, but sometimes things seem like it's too hard for us. Guess what, man? You still got to trust the process. Trust the process. It's gonna work. The Most High God ain't guess what? He say He ain't gonna leave us nor forsake us. We got to trust the process, man. A lot of us don't trust the process, man. It was too hasty, and so you make decisions, then then you make decisions, and you make the wrong decision. We don't want to be the one making the wrong decisions, man. Always stay in the walk and in the faith, and you got to keep your mind right, man. Set your heart right, man. Read verse 6 again,
Wrong, Shalaki. Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please Him. For he that cometh to God must believe that He is.
So he that cometh to God must believe that He is in everything, man. Because the Most High God is in everything. You must believe the Most High God in everything, man. That He is the lead and guide in your life, man. Read.
And that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him.
He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him, man. Read.
By faith, Noah being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear.
Noah moved with what?
With fear.
Because that's what the Lord expecting for us to move in fear of Him, man. That if I don't do it, I know the judgment gonna come on me, man. I got to move in fear with the Most High, man. It's so easy to get pulled away because your own flesh or your own lust. You got to move in fear with the Most High at all times, because if you don't, guess what? This narrow path, you can get pulled off. That's why Peter's like, Lord, be with me to walk on the water. And then Peter walked on the water and he turned his head, and the Most High, Yahushua had to save him. Can't turn. You got to stay on the path. Keep your eyes on the prize, man. Keep your eyes towards the kingdom of heaven, man. Read on up.
By faith, Noah being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear,
Read.
prepared an ark to the saving of his house.
Because this is what we doing for the nations, man. We preparing our ark. We getting the chariots ready to come on site, man. To hey man, hey, y'all section over here, y'all go on this chariot, man. Y'all section over here, y'all on this chariot, man. We preparing that same spiritual ark, man. So when them chariots come down to redeem us, guess what? We know we ready. Read.
By the which he condemned the world.
By which he did what?
Condemned the world.
And he think he's gonna come back. He's gonna do the same thing. He's coming to condemn the world. People say he come to save them. Yeah, he's gonna save them. He's gonna save us out of captivity. But he comes to condemn the world at the same time. Read.
And became heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
He became heir of the righteousness which is by faith, man. Sirach chapter 27 and 5. I got two more precepts. Sirach chapter 27 verse 5. He said he's the heir of righteousness by faith, man. That's how he's the heir of righteousness, man. Because we guess what? We walking in the law, statutes, and commandments. Guess what? We are the heirs of the righteousness, just walking by faith, man. Read this though out.
The book of Sirach, chapter 27, verse 5. The furnace proveth the potter's vessel.
Read that again out.
The furnace proveth the potter's vessel.
So why the potter is why the potter is making the vessel, making the clay into a vessel? He's proving you through the furnace, man. He's trying us right here, man. In this walk, we getting tried. Guess what? We get the wilderness, we get tried again. He's trying us right now, man. It comes. He said, the furnace is proving the vessel right now, man. Read on.
So the trial of man is in his reasoning.
Read that again out.
So the trial of man is in his reasoning.
The trial of man is in his reasoning, man. We got to make sure that we looking at this thing the right way, man. Read on.
The fruit declared if the tree have been dressed.
So guess what? We know what happened to the fig tree when it didn't have no fruit. And guess what? That tree wasn't dressed, was it? It wasn't producing no fruit. Read.
So is the utterance of a conceit in the heart of man.
So the utterance is conceit in the heart of man. What's that precept? It's Proverbs chapter. The precept is Proverbs. Let me see. The precept is Proverbs. What I want. What it say? The issues of life is in the heart.
Out of the heart.
Out of the heart is the issues of life. That's it. I thought it was 16. Somebody 16. Find it for me. It says the fruit declared if the tree has been dressed. So is the utterance of the conceit in the hearts of men, because people issue starts in their mind. People issue starts in their mind. It's 4 and what? 23. Big con. I know it's 4 and something. Because the issues come from your mind. These are the issues that we deal with, man. You get that, read that out.
Proverbs 4 and 23. Keep thy heart with all diligence. For out of it are the issues of life.
For out of your mind is the issues of life. You deal with these things right here, and from here the actions come. You driving down the road. I know this bee didn't cut me off. Cause in your mind you seen them like, what the hell they doing? And now you got the issue. Or he ain't brew me up. Guess what? Okay. She didn't shalom me. She didn't shalom me. I got a problem with her because she ain't shalom me. Okay, man. You the one got the issues. It's the issues in your mind. They ain't got the issue. Maybe they even see you. Maybe they just, hey, maybe they do got issues too. So why you gonna have an issue because they got an issue? All right, man, you ain't shalom. All right, all praises.
Let me bring this precept out to go with what you're saying. Sirach chapter 3 and verse 24. Because when you playing with your own mind, boy, you do a number on yourself. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment. Because once you get in your own head, man, and you start running it and you ain't in the right spirit, you will overthrow your own judgment because you're going off your own vain opinion. Like I said, I know this B didn't. And they probably didn't even see it. But you done put it in your head and made it a whole big old thing instead of winking at ignorance like the Lord told us to.
We got to shake it, man. The last precept, man, Psalms 84. We lean on King David a lot today, man. You can kind of tell what brother was reading it this week too. Psalms 84 and 10, man. Just showing how the most what's to be expected, man. Talking on the phone with the brother from the Philippines, man. We got a brew over there doing the work. Trying to wake up the hopeful elect, the ones that's over there too. If it's any of them over there, hey, they got to hear. You're gonna let them hear too. Psalm chapter 84 and verse 10. This is something that we need to be getting our mindset right to. Y'all got along. Read it out.
The book of Psalms, chapter 84, verse 10. For a day in thy courts is better than 1,000.
Read that again out.
For a day in thy courts is better than 1,000.
He said a day in the Most High's court, man, is better than 1,000 days here in this captivity, man. One day in the Most High God's court is better than this thing right here, man. Than this thing on captivity, man. Read on.
I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God.
He said, I'd rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God, man. Read.
Than to dwell in the tents of wickedness.
Than to dwell in the tents of this wicked place right here, man. This is something we have to look forward to, man. Even if we was a doorkeeper, man, we doing better than this right here, man.
For real.
The Most High God letting you know, man, the lords of the low, man, gonna be the best of the best, man. It's gonna be good there, man. And it's something we got to look forward to, man. We got to make sure that the clay is staying in order with the potter, man. And with that, man, we're gonna say shalom. We're gonna bring out the law. Those is online, man, like and share and subscribe to the video, man. Help us push this truth, man, to the four corners of the world. We always say we're gonna follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Any bro got a law?
Go back to that Deuteronomy 1 and 17.
Yeah. So that Deuteronomy 1 and 17. Those that are done, they took the cause. All praise to the Most High for you brothers and sisters, man. And those is like you say, that's been sick and going through the little trials. Hey, guess what, man? Keep seeking the Most High, man. Hey, the Most High God got a blessing to spare for you too, man. When you get there, I'll read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 17. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great.
Read.
Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man. For the judgment is God's.
For the judgment is who?
For the judgment is God.
Read.
And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it.
He said, don't respect the person. So in our judgment, we don't have respect the person in judgment, man. We got to make a diligent judgment, man.